Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm your friend. I've come once again to share information with you on how you can easily relocate to the UK as a teacher. So, after you've gotten your QTS, what next? So, after QTS, what next? It is important to note that having gotten your QTS, you already have 50% chances of relocating to the UK. That means you've done 50% of the job if you've gotten your QTS. Now, QTS does not mean automatic job placement. You need to get that right. QTS is just like getting a license. Maybe as a medical doctor, you've gotten your license to practice. The license is not synonymous to the job offer. No, it just that it enhances your opportunity of getting your chances of getting a job. So after getting your QTS, the next is to start applying for jobs. Now, there are two ways of applying for jobs, of getting a job in the UK. But always remember that QTS gives you higher chances that you will get a job. You will get it. Because teachers are in high demand. Now, the two ways are this. Number one, you can do it yourself or you decide to go through agent. I'm going to share with you the pros and the cons of either of the two. If you decide to do it yourself, which was one of the ways I started, I'm telling you, you might get, not you might, you will get a lot of rejection. You say, oh, thank you for your application. But at this stage, we have progressed to the next point and your application was not considered. I got a lot of that. And I tell you, I got more than 5,000 of that. Yes, more than 5,000. I applied for more than 5,000 jobs. So if you got your QTS and you apply for a job and they declined, they didn't give you the offer, you get depressed. I think you're just joking. I said I applied for more than 5,000 jobs, more than that. My email was filled with rejection notices from employers. Now, before a school can employ you as a teacher in the UK, they need to have what we call the A sponsor license. A sponsorship license. Most schools that have that A sponsorship license would want to sponsor people within the country, right? They do not want to go overseas or think of someone they don't know before. Because for them to employ you from overseas, they're taking a chance. It's a 50-50 thing. They've not seen you perform, they've not seen you teach. So it's quite difficult for them to sponsor. But these people with the A license sponsorship are in a better position to sponsor people. So these are schools that you look out for. I'm going to be dropping a link here in the description below where you see schools that have the A sponsorship, right? No, the link will contain all the organizations that can sponsor in the UK that have the A sponsorship. All you just need to do is to look out for the schools there. Now, these schools can sponsor you, but you need to prove yourself, and that is by getting your QTS. If you've not watched my video before on how to get your QTS, I'm also going to put the link in the description below. Now, for those who might want to try it themselves, you have Indeed.com. Indeed.com is a jobs recruitment site, where you can have access to a lot of vacancies. Indeed.com. I'm going to drop a link to the description below. You also have Total Jobs. Total Jobs. You also have CV Library. But all these sites I've mentioned are the sites that you do it yourself, but most of the time, maybe it is after you've applied more than 10,000 times before maybe an employer will decide to sponsor you from overseas. So the best way, which was the app which I used, was to go through an agent. And hear me well, these agents would not collect a dime from you. All they need from you is to have your qualification. You have your QTS, which is very key. So they require for your QTS, and they also want to be sure that you don't have any conviction, any spent conviction. You've not served jail time. So they also need a police character clearance from you. Yes, serious agents, they will need that from you. And police character clearance can be gotten from the police. If you're in Nigeria, you can get it from most of the divisional headquarters. I think I got mine from Area 10. Yes. So it's quite easy to get, but of course you need to pay a sum. And also, you can also do it online. I'll also be sharing the link with you on how you can get this police clearance online. But the agents will need this document from you outside your QTS certificate, your transcripts, police character clearance. They don't joke with this. They need it from you. Then, of course, your CV too. Right? Now, I'm also sharing with you maybe a link on how your CV can be standardized, can be UK standard. I'll be sharing the link with you also in the description button below. So these agents will help you to source for jobs. Then they will conduct interviews with you, right? To conduct interviews with you, more or less like a mock interview to prepare you. But some of them might not do that really. But of course, I'll also be, creating another video later on how you can prepare yourself to some of the questions you will be expecting and how best to respond to such questions. So basically, there are two ways. First, you do it yourself. You go to indeed.com to the job CV library. Secondly, which is the best way, which is the approach I used, go through agents. Agents will not charge you for this. I think the government pays them also. Everything is free right from the beginning to the end. Now with the agent will submit your documents. They'll convince the school that you overseas, you are qualified, and therefore you can teach that subject. And of course, the school will schedule an interview with you online. Then after that, if you're successful in the interview, the next is you get your certificate of sponsorship free of charge. You don't need to pay a dime. Then after that, you now start with the visa process. Now, that process, I'm going to share another video with you on how to go about that. Is another ballgame, but it's just like 20%. You've done 50% of the work by getting your QTS. 30% is to get the job. 20% is to apply for your visa and get. If you follow me, head on, it will be very easy. The process will be smooth. It will be seamless. If you do have any question, you can also ask. Drop your question in the description button below. I've also shared some of the things I say in my previous videos. You'll find things related to that. I'm going to drop all the videos that I've watched in case you missed anyone, so that you will be able to get concrete information. And also, it will be best to subscribe and click on the notification button, so whenever I post new videos, you will have access to them. You will be among the first to be notified. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best.